much. It's great to be here today, and I'm delighted to see that even despite the inclement weather, that the crowd is large and enthusiastic. You know, this is a very sad day for the United Nations when it hosts a dictator like the regime represented by Roupani, and it's very important all around the world to see that many Iranian Americans, Iranians from all over the world, do not accept that that regime has perpetual life, and that the clear majority of the people of Iran want a new government, a government they select, not one selected for them and maintained in power by the Revolutionary Guards Corps. Obviously, today we've got a lot of grave concerns on our mind, and I think first, of course, for all of us who have watched this struggle and you who have participated in it, we're concerned about the people at Camp Liberty. The restraints just on basic human needs that the Iraqi government imposes on the people at Camp Liberty is a disgrace. And it's a dishonor for the United States, having accepted when Saddam Hussein was overthrown, that the people at Camp Ashraf would have the protection of the United States, that we have failed to follow through on it. And it's another disgrace for the United Nations that they have failed to fulfill their obligations to the people at Camp Liberty. So although there are many issues at stake here, I think you know that those who watch what's happening in the region understand that the treatment of the people at Camp Liberty is a dishonor to everybody who is aware of it and doesn't change it. And it's the reflection of the larger problem that we see now with the rise of the Islamic State, with its effort to create a new government carved out of the territory of Iraq and Syria. And there are those who, even witnessing this unbelievable terrorist threat that ISIS or ISIL or the Islamic State represents, nonetheless, even in the government of the United States, even in the White House itself, want to use this opportunity to find new ways to build bridges to the mullahs in Tehran, to try to bring them in as allies in the fight against the Islamic State. This is something we have to fight against. The Ayatollahs in Iran and their support for international terrorism and their nuclear weapons program remain the principal threat both to international peace and security and to their own citizens in Iran. So as the United States and others who oppose the Islamic State move to destroy it, as President Obama has said our objective is, it's very, very important in doing so not to increase the strength of the regime in Tehran, not to increase the strength of its surrogate puppet, the government in Baghdad, and not to increase the strength of the Assad regime in Syria. Now, obviously, the regime in Tehran should have no uranium enrichment capability at all. But in fact, I think, as we all know, even that is a half measure. I don't trust the regime in Tehran. I don't care what they agree to. I think they're already cheating on the obligations that they undertook. We know that they're violating the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. We have no real idea how much cooperation they engage in with North Korea on the nuclear program, although somebody certainly financed that reactor the North Koreans were building in Syria, destroyed in September of 2007. I think, and I've believed this for a long time, and this is the message I would send to Roupani, the only real solution in Iran is overthrowing this regime and giving the government back to the people. That should be the declared policy of the United States, and our government should be providing assistance to the opposition to the Ayatollahs. We should have started this decades ago, but never too late to start, so that next time, next year, or whenever we rally here again in New York, we're celebrating the institution of a free government in Iran. Thank you very much.